Hi, this is Zach. I got pulled in to this. Actually, I shouldn't put it that way. I was asked to join in this endeavor because Lauren needed some help with art. Because she didn't want to art. So she didn't want to do the art for this. So she asked me to come in and give a hand. She's actually here and mic'd up. She'll be kind of helping me stay on top of this system that you guys have put together, because I have had no part of this whatsoever. And this is going to be often how it works if you're dealing with multiple people, with some artists and some programmers. Some folks, like you bring in an artist to build you some sort of system based off the code you've written, and they don't really know how those systems work. So instead of you guys having to pay attention to all the emails we would normally send back and forth with, why did you do this, or how does this work? She's just going to be here, and if I start to wander too far off the beaten path, she'll probably just hit me with something. So let's see. We are starting off by creating, I think, the material for the character?
Yeah, so that he'll start glowing when he powers up.
Okay, and this is going to be driven. You want this to be driven by a power multiplier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into the character folder. Do you have since you're kind of the mistress of the whole project here, do you have a location you want these assets in?
In the materials folder.
Okay, you want it in the materials folder. Okay, sometimes I put that stuff in the characters folder, but we'll go ahead and just defer to whatever you want. So new material, and we'll call this character material. And there it is. Awesome. Let's open it up. Okay, so let's get the stuff that's required out of the way first. We need a scalar parameter called what?
Power multiplier.
Power multiplier. Okay, awesome. So I'll just create that now. Now what I did is I held down the 1 key and clicked the mouse to create just a regular scalar, and then I'll right-click and convert that to a parameter. I like that workflow. And we'll call this power multiplier. And let's see, if we just take that and we plug it into base color and into emissive, we're done, right? Best material ever.
That looks like a material I would probably make.
Well, that's but Zach, you're not helping. So, okay, so let's see. What I want to do is have a powered up color and a powered down color, and then we'll just blend in between those. So hold down the 3 key, and we'll click, and let's do something, I guess, kind of close to what the template color is, something kind of tealy, bluey, greeny. And I'll just copy paste that, and we'll do a powered down color, which will just be like a really dark blue, something right about here. Now for later editing, I generally will take this kind of thing and make these parameters as well. So we'll call this powered up color, and we'll call this one powered down color. And what I'm going to do is linearly interpolate in between these. So notice I ordered them with the down color on the top and the up color on the bottom, which is really confusing when you say it that way. But if we drag out a wire and we create a lerp, or a linear interpolate, you'll notice that that's going to go ahead and plug the down color into A. Now I'm imagining when power multiplier is 0, that's when you're powered down.
Yes.
0 will give you A, 1 will give you B. So we have to order them like this. So there we go. We can go ahead and drive. We could go ahead and drive this directly from here, but I think it'd probably be wise to clamp it first. So 0 to 1, and that will always make sure that we're just going between those two colors. So I assume your power multiplier could be, I'm hoping, over 9,000.
We're going to divide it, so it'll be around the range 0 to 1, but it could also be greater than 1.
All right, so yeah, in case it can go over 1, it's probably a good idea just to clamp it so your colors don't get overdriven. We'll run that into base color, and that's probably just fine, at least to get us started. Now, we also want to make him glow as he gets more powerful, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take whatever the result of our linear interpolate is, and we will multiply that. I'd like to go and just multiply it by the power multiplier, but because I don't really know what values this could come into, it's probably a good idea to safety clamp this as well, in case you get a wild value. So you're more acquainted with the types of values we're going to get out of this. What do you think a good max would be? Something like 2 or 3?
Yeah, 3 would be good. It'll probably be hard for him to charge up much more than that.
Yeah, so we'll just safety clamp around 3, and there's our little clamp group right there. They look so nice when they're stacked together.
Yeah, they line up in everything.
Okay, so that takes care of that. The only thing is, this will probably lead to a pretty low amount of emission. So we want him to really, I'm assuming we want him to kind of pop, right? I don't know why I made a sound effect, but it made me happy.
Best sound effect.
Let's hold down the M key and click to create a multiply node. And what I'll do here is I'll just create a scalar parameter, which we will call glow boost. And I'll give that a default value of 10. And we'll plug that into the emissive color. And that should probably be good to go. Now, I'm going to apply this. We'll save it. And then let's go ahead and just close out of here. I can open it back up if I need it. Let's never really apply the material directly to the character. For editability's sake, let's go ahead and make a material instance of this. And character material inst is fine as far as I'm concerned. If we wanted to change the name of that, we could. But now we have the power to come in here to the material instance editor, and we can start testing things out without having to get our character involved at this point. So we have our power multiplier. Oh, see, now here's just a thing. This is what happens when you completely saturate a material. When you don't leave just a little bit of gappage between 0 and full saturation, you get like this really completely saturated glow effect, which I think looks terrible. I never really liked that. So like think lightsabers in Star Wars. So as they glow, the core of that lightsaber starts to turn white. Like it's like Darth Vader's lightsaber. We know it's red, but if you look at it and you pause the movie, it's actually pink. So it's one of those funny points that I always like mentioning. So let's see, if we come back over to our powered up color and we just pull the saturation down just a little bit, which by the way, we could have overrode this in the material instance. I don't know why I didn't, but I think I just want the default color to be clean as a just in case. So we'll save that and jump back over here. And now there you go. You're getting kind of a white glowy core. And I just think that looks quite a bit better. Now, of course, you can, from this point, you can start making tweaks, right? So if you wanted your character to glow pink as he powers up or orange, you can make all those adjustments. So I think that'll work. Let's get this applied to our character and then we can probably wrap up this video. So I'm assuming he is hidden under the blueprints folder and he's probably the my character guy. So we'll jump over to components. Oh, and there he is. Look, he's even animating and everything.
Yep, just hanging out.
Yep, just doing his thing. So let's go to his mesh. Let's go to, oh yeah, material overrides. There you go. So rendering, materials, hit plus to add an element, and this will basically give us some override ability. And there's character material inst. Let's drop that on there. Give that a sec to compile. And now he's just glowing like mad. The nice thing about that, though, is we can kind of shrink that down. Let's sort of deselect him for just a moment. And of course, we're going to have all the other artifacts, you know, like the arrows, and they're not artifacts, right? The diagnostic stuff, spheres and arrows and things. But we can, if we really want to, come in here and just kind of pull the material instance editor off to the side. As a matter of fact, all we really care about are just the settings, and we can do like little tests and see what it looks like on the character.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So you can like be like, oh, he's all powered down, he's just blue. And then, whoom. So that's a really good way to test. Also, you could probably, if you really wanted to see it in the environment, you should be able to just drag and drop a copy into your level. And then you can test it from here too. So you could go into game mode. And then I'm kind of making clever use of all my UI levels. But so that's what he's going to look like when he's powered down. And there's what it'll look like all powered up. So that's just a really nice way to test things out. Just want to make sure everybody was aware you could do things like that. So I think that gets the material done. It's applied. Let's make sure we do the file, save all things so we don't lose any of our work. And that should wrap things up for this video. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.